Okay, good morning or afternoon, depending on when you all watch this. First off, I want to take a little bit to say thank you to all of you over the last year or so. You've taught me how to use Google Classroom again. In 4 years away from the classroom, I kind of forgot a little bit about it. So I appreciate all the help in getting back in the swing of things. I want to share a few things that have worked for me so far this year, as the way I set up my Google Classroom and the way that the kids seem to like it so far. I really do try to take full advantage of what Marianne taught us at the beginning of the year about making sure to teach the kids to go to classwork instead of the stream. And I think all of you do the same thing because all of them kind of started out the year doing that. But this is where I send my kids. And if they're ever having issues, I say, go to classwork instead of stream because it's a lot easier to find everything we're looking for. I try to put the daily check-in and move it to the top every day. I would be lying if I said I'm successful in doing that every day. However, since I'm doing this presentation today, I definitely did it for all of my classes. The other thing I do is just organize by subject that we're talking about. We just started the legislative branch, so I shared the first materials with them. They're working on Pocket Constitution, using that to fill out a Article 1 scavenger hunt, which is exactly as much fun as it sounds like it is. And they're doing a really nice job with that. Our last topic covered was the executive branch. I just put every assignment in here, and obviously they go in order. So at the very top is the most recent, which was our test last Friday. All the materials here below, some assignments like the movie guide, anything that they can fill out or get a copy of pasted to themselves. I make sure that they know and they're aware of that and that the materials will help them on their quiz. Right now, I'm keeping everything because at the end of this quarter, we're all going to have exams, and my exam will basically include everything we've covered so far this school year. And relatively easy to find for the kids. If they ever have questions, again, I just send them to classroom or classwork instead of the stream. It seems to be a lot easier for them to find it on classwork than it is on the stream. So those are the basics of it. It really just works well for me to kind of organize it by subject. The kids can then go and find it. And if they have any trouble, I say, look under legislative branch or look under U.S. Constitution, and they can go and find whatever they need. And it's based on the date. So hopefully that helps you. And again, I want to say thanks to everybody because over the last couple of months, you've definitely taught me a lot about how to get back into this and how to use it effectively. A special thanks to Marianne for showing us classwork at the beginning of the year and how to pin something at the top and make sure that the kids can always find it relatively easily. Thank you all for your time. If you ever need anything or if I can ever help you in any way, please just give me a call or stop in.
Hello, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. So what I'm going to do here for you is I'm going to show you how I work with my Google Classroom to make it much more manageable for me and for our students. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go in here and show you real quick. So this is my class for physics, first period. When I first got acclimated with Google Classroom, I used to focus here a lot, and I would just post assignments here or announcements here. I rarely come here anymore. Normally what I do is I focus in the classwork area. And here, what has really, really made this year easy for me is our topics. I think of topics as tabs within a binder. And I create these topics for the unit that I'm focusing on. So if we look here, my syllabus is here under syllabus, and students can view this at any point in time. When they need to take attendance, the topic attendance, they take their daily attendance here. The first thing we ever did, unit conversions. Here's all this information under unit conversions. And currently we're looking at friction. Here's everything in friction we've been focusing on. And the most recent is at top, and the beginning of the unit started at the bottom. And it's been really, really helpful. So that's what's helped me. If you guys have any questions over, Google Classroom, this or that, please don't hesitate to stop down in my room, talk to me, send me an email, whatever it may be. All right. Thank you, y'all. Bye-bye.
Hello, this is Sarah Cook. I wanted to show you how my Google Classroom is set up. The first thing you're going to notice are the due tomorrows for each classroom. I realize students really utilize this. They like to see in one spot when everything is due. The to-do list actually pops up for all their classes. So I highly suggest putting in assignments with due dates because students seem to like that. popping up on their screen. So on the stream, I have very limited information, mainly just announcements, what day we canceled, registering to vote. Under classwork is where I have all of their assignments and any links we need. So the most current is at the top. That's week 12. I organize it by weeks. So every week has a new topic, and I can kind of drag and move as needed. Every week also has an agenda, which I stole from Katie Drurup. Hers was set up kind of similar, and I thought it was brilliant. My students have been really responsive to it. I have it set up that every day it says what we're doing, and these hyperlinks, some of them lead to another slide in the presentation, and that gives more detail about what we did or what we're doing. And then also it might lead to the assignment itself, a copy of the assignment, or just a link that we need. And this has been really helpful for my students who are quarantined, so they know exactly what we're doing for the week and they can kind of plan ahead. And all of the topics have the side, and I have a remote learning one set up that I just kind of grab and throw at the top as needed. And it has some drafts saved for assignments that I can use when we cancel. So that's pretty much it.
Hi, this is Audrey Stechschulte. I'm going to show you my Google Classroom for geometry. So when students open up their Google Classroom, I have at the bottom of the screen, go to the classwork tab at the top of the page. That's where I organize everything. I don't put anything in the stream. So when they click the classwork tab, at the top of the page, I have warm-ups. That's what they do at the beginning of class every day. And so there's just a little bit of instruction there. The other thing that I post towards the top is the daily agenda, because this is something I want students to check every day. So the daily agenda links to a Google Slides presentation that shows what we're doing each day for the week. So they just go to the day of the week it is, and they can see everything that we're going to do that day posted right there. And when we're in-person learning, I always have this on my smartboard, so they're pretty familiar what this looks like. If students are absent or anything, I always tell them to look at the daily agenda to see what they missed. Then I have my units organized. So today they just started Unit 3, and then below that are the units we've already finished up. I already also have a topic called First Week of School, which is just all the stuff we did. That kind of housekeeping beginning of the year stuff. And then I moved all my past daily agendas to the bottom because this was taking up a lot of space towards the top, and I wanted them to be able to get to the work we were currently doing earlier. So I just added that past daily agendas for anybody who needed to see something more than the current week or the previous week. So that's my Google Classroom.
Hi guys, I'll just give you a quick rundown of what I do with Classroom, just so you can see how I organise it. I'm not saying it's the best way, it just works for me and my students. Okay, as you can see, I've got all the classes here named All Science 3 because that's all I teach, but I put the subsection there. Now, once you go inside here, you'll find that on the stream, I leave my messages. Right now, as you can see, there's one from Karen, but this is how I organise my classroom. As you can see, I break it up into topics, and at the top is always daily routine. This is the stuff they need every single day. So I've got to sign in, and I have them sign in even though we're in school, just to get them into the habit of doing it every single day. Underneath there is the software link to the robots I'm using at the moment, which they use pretty much every day. So anything I use every day, I put up the top. Right underneath there is the current topic we are studying with all the assignments in it. Materials used and actual assignments are all here. Now, as you notice, there doesn't appear to be a lot. The reason for that is as they're done and I've got them all in and I've graded them all, I actually delete them from here. Although they're still shared with them, I just get rid of them. So there is only what is currently active in this section. Underneath that are any presentations I've used. I already upload them and just leave them there for them, and they know where to find that. Then there's a section for e-learning assignments. What I generally do with this thing is, if necessary, on an e-learning day, I'll just pick this up and drag it up to the top, so it will be the first one. Then we have extra credit assignments, and then right down the bottom is something that stays there all year. This is information, stuff they need to know all the time. For example, links to websites we use multiple times, and so on and so on. Obviously, down the side here, we've got the different topics. So, for example, if they want to know what the current topics are, they can just click on here, and here are all the assignments they need to be working on. That's pretty much how I arrange it. The kids seem to be good with it. In most cases, they're used to checking into Classroom. If you've got any questions, you can always let me know. All right. Well, thanks for watching.
So a couple of people have mentioned something about their stream, and I know that this was a discussion during our opening training. Again, half of you did training with other trainers, so I want to make sure that the comments about the stream are addressed. So I'm going to open my Tech PD classroom here. And you'll notice that my stream in this classroom is basically empty. There's no classwork here. And I highly, highly recommend this. So what I do is when I have the classroom open, I go over to the gear. And one of my options here is stream. This is under general stream. And you have some options. Students can post and comment. That's up to you. You can kind of use it as a discussion board or students helping students. But here's what I recommend. Hide notifications. Classwork on the stream. Hide notifications. You have other options. Show condensed notifications. I see this being used in some classrooms where anything that's posted in classwork appears in the stream. It's just done in the order in which it appeared. And then show attachments and details, which is what Classroom originally was. Stream was it. So if you hide notifications, what this allows you to do then is use your stream as announcements, things that you want them to know for that day. That could be your, here's what we're doing today type thing, or a link to what's going on or something they need to know, and then keep everything else in the classwork area. I wanted to share this infographic that has some other tips for Google Classroom organization that are different than some that your colleagues have shared. At the top are how they do topics. This person organizes them by week. And they had the idea of putting an emoji next to the current week so students could find it. Then this individual also puts all of the topics into a single topic for that month. So you'll notice it says September work. All of the weekly topics are then lumped together. They do some creative things with assignments. They put the most recent at the top. They're using numbers, first assignment, second assignment. You'll also see a day of the week abbreviation, and they're also doing color coding with the day of the week. I guess I would challenge you to think about, if we go to hybrid learning, how could you use emojis or numbers to assist students in knowing what to do, since all the due dates aren't really necessarily going to match up for the students. Also consider, when do you want to have things due for your students if you're doing two groups of students in the same week. So let me show you how to do emojis. I shared this with the group that I worked with on opening week. So it's emojicopy.com, emojicopy.com. It's not every emoji in the world, but if I wanted to use a pencil for assignments that are due, that have due dates, I could click the pencil. It pops up in the box down at the bottom, and I click copy. Then I can go to my Google Classroom, and if I'm creating an assignment and I want to put the pencil in the title. Now, once you get an emoji, you can obviously use that over and over again. So those are a couple other tips and tricks that I found interesting. I'm curious to know what else you are using.